It's Monday, which means it's sink day, and they've actually just called me that they're 5 minutes away. They're just about to arrive with the sink. Very excited to see it. I haven't even seen a photo. So we're gonna run out there and have a look at what the sink looks like. After months and months and months of searching, not being able to find anything, and in the end getting a stonemason to do one by hand, it's here. We're gonna get our first look at the sink. Yeah, very heavy?
Yeah, maybe 60 kilos, 70 maybe.
Wow, 60, 70 kilos. So we're not getting a look at it yet, but here it is upside down. Very, very exciting. The edging looks beautiful on it. Oh, we're getting to see the front.
Oh. Oh.
Heavy. Very nice though. That looks great. Beautiful. Oh, skinny thoughts. Are you ready to have a look at the sink? I haven't I saw them place it, but I haven't
It's in.
It's in, yeah. I mean, it's not connected and stuff. Don't look!
Do you like it, Colleen?
Yeah.
Colleen likes it, good. Okay,
Have you used this toilet here yet, without wall in between?
No.
Haven't you?
Okay, can we look at the sink? Excited to see what you think, and I need to give them a better look also because we were with the guys when they arrived, and they arrived mid-meeting, which you know, because we were in the meeting together.
I feel quite terrible. I have no idea what it looks like.
Well, it's not that
because
much.
It's
not
kind
rocket
of what
science.
Oh, I know that.
Come look.
Wow. It's nice.
Nice, right?
It's beautiful. It's a good size, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not small. But you said you didn't want small.
No, I said I didn't want two small ones, because there's no point.
Yeah, but you also wanted it deep, and you didn't
want...
But
I like this, you?
Yeah, I think it looks really nice.
First we were thinking of those little lines.
Yeah, like they've seen it. It's like the checkerboard sink.
Well, the sink is finally here. Sinking.
The only thing that I need to check...
It's like a German guy saying sinking.
Okay, yeah, so the only
thing... Is it stuck?
No, yeah, it's just very heavy. It's like 70 kilos, they said. It's like you.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice, right? But look, this has all been rolled and it's a very nice finish. This hasn't. I don't know if they thought that this base was going to be inside something.
You mean the different color?
Yeah, but it's also a little bit the finish, and this line I'm not very happy with because this should be decorative. It's not.
It looks a bit unfinished. Maybe.
Yeah, so I need to check with them because I think the stonemason thought that this sink was going to be dropped down into something and that you could only see the top. So I need to double check. But
we could make those lines.
Overall, it looks very nice.
In front of it.
Yeah. Why?
Just want to see how it looks.
You want reference?
But it's nice.
Yeah, and especially when we have like our faucet.
So this is the thing that made the tech room take half a year longer.
Yeah. So if this is not right, which I don't think it is, I'm not going to be terribly happy. God, that's a very high bridle, isn't it? If we put it that high.
On the ground?
No, not on the ground, but maybe not that we have to be in our tippy toes. But the sink is here, which I'm very...
Just check where the dogs are.
Very glad about. Yeah. The countertop that's going on top of here is going to be bigger than this, so it will look a little bit smaller, which is good. But overall, I'm quite pleased with this.
Do we have the cushions?
No, not yet. Those are getting made.
Yeah, but by them, no. Oh no.
No, that's another company. Yeah, that's another company that's doing that. I do still have to double check with the company that's taking care of fitting this room and everything, and on what the delivery times are going to be for all the doors and stuff, because I don't want to sit here, obviously, like this forever. I haven't been able to get a clear answer, and they told me that some of the doors, there's 3 doors that have to be recut. So I don't know how long we're going to have to wait, but hopefully in the next 2 weeks we'll be able to get this space sorted out. But I'll make some phone calls. Huh?
We will not use it before.
No, I don't think so. I think we wait until we have it all set up properly, and then we can use it well. And we see how it's going to go. But it's exciting to have this in. I'm only a little concerned about the bottom half, but I will get to the bottom of that. That's for sure. We will.
Even if it's maybe just an oil.
We'll figure. Yeah, I mean the oil will bring it back, but the finish is just what I'm not.
The finish is not bad, no?
No, that second line is very rough. We will see. I will double check with them anyway. But at least the sink
You can also
is
make
in.
more lines and then go into a triangle.
Well, like the Illuminati symbol on our sink. And of course, when I have to create a website, I go on Squarespace. The reason for that is I don't have coding knowledge. I'm not the most tech savvy person, even though I work online, but Squarespace makes the user journey so friendly and easy that I was able to design the whole website myself. First off, you have hundreds of already made templates to choose from, which means that you can really find the design that best suits your business. After this, Squarespace basically guides you through every next step in order to create your dream website. One of the things that I love so much is that when I'm traveling, I can make quick editing changes, I can add pages. It's very, very simple and straightforward. I couldn't recommend Squarespace more to any entrepreneur or anybody that's looking to design and create and stay in charge of their own website. Click the link below and use code mattharnacke to get a free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So much Squarespace for being such a loyal sponsor over the years. It truly is a testament to just how great this platform is. Right, well, there is apparently another heat wave inbound. I'm not exactly sure on how to feel about that exactly. However, I have learned from my mistakes and I have ordered something to try and get us through. Now, you guys will all remember that I think it was like a couple of weeks ago when we had the last heat wave. King specifically was suffering really badly from the heat. He couldn't cope with it at all, and it actually affected his recovery a little bit to the point where he had just come out of surgery for his hernia, and he had to have skin surgery to fix that. And then he was only 1.5 weeks into recovery. All the heat came, he was sweating, everything swelled up, his stitches burst. Now, that's not the end of the world, but it just goes to show how much he suffers from the heat, and we're gonna try and battle that. I saw a lot of comment from you guys saying, Matt, if you just had fans in your barn, and yes, I completely agree. The thing is, we are not equipped for these kind of temperatures because we never get them. So having fans that you have to install built in only to use them maybe once, like 1 week out of the year, doesn't really make sense. However, the temperatures are getting hotter and hotter. So I think I have found something that's going to be like an in-between fix, because you guys saw me put up that temporary fan last time for King. It took the edge off, but it was far too small. It was actually, I actually made a mistake. We were just at a family function from like Jesse's family, and Jesse was like, I saw your vlog and you do realize that the Lotte you thanked in your video, which you thought was my friends, is Lotte, my cousin. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's too many Lottes going on. So Lotte, thank you. I thanked you in person, but I'll thank you again. However, we do really need to have a bigger fan in order to get enough wind to help these horses. And that's where these fans come in. So we're going to unpack them and have a look at actually how I'm going to be able to place them, and then see if we can kind of get away with it with the horses, if they're not going to be too spooked by it, if it's not going to be too loud, if it's actually going to be strong enough. So we will see. This is kind of new territory. I don't typically do anything when it comes to this kind of stuff because we don't really have to battle the heat. But there you go. That's how it is. These aren't going to be like up all the time. We're just going to kind of like whip them out whenever we need them. I'll show you how we will kind of run the wiring to disguise it and not make it look ugly. And it also has to be safe because the horses shouldn't be able to reach the electrical wire. So we do have some bits and bobs that we have to figure out. Let me grab some scissors. Should I turn the lights on in here? I don't know if they're going to make a huge difference, but let's turn the lights on. There we are. Isn't that technology? Isn't that so nice that you can just do it from your phone? As you can see already from the box, it's much bigger than the last one we had on King. But it's also going to raise questions of how we're going to install it. Okay, so we're going to have to figure this one out, aren't we? So this is the fan. Oh my God, whoa. Wait, you know what I might be able to do? I might be able to just hook this on using this on top. I just don't know if the horses will knock it, but I might be able to zip tie it. But I can probably just hang it like this onto the bars. One option could be, as I was just saying, that we place it like, but the problem is that will not be angled well enough. Or will it? I'm not sure, but the horses can reach it there. Or maybe we have to go inside the stable. What if I... Oh my god, this is requiring me to use like full frontal lobe. Ow, 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 ow. I think first I'm going to just place it here like this and see if this height and what kind of angle we will need. So I'm gonna just get an extension cord, plug that in, and just check where we're at this height, and then we will kind of go from there. So obviously this is never gonna work with having this giant extension cord across the whole floor of the barn, very unsafe. But actually, and even just to test if it works. Okay, he's not loving the noise. We're gonna have to build him up to it. Yeah, this one's much more powerful, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna go on 1. Oh, it's quite loud, isn't it? Considering this is only 1. Like setting 1 and 1 fan. But let's go inside. Let's go inside and feel actually where the wind is coming to. Oh, I mean, there is a bit of a breeze, isn't there? I feel like the air is a little bit high. It should definitely be a little bit lower. Okay, I think I've figured out how I'm gonna do it in a way that is like, for at least for now, I can take it down easily. I think I'm gonna go like this. This stable's currently empty, so I've placed it here. King seems to actually really like it. Yes, but I've placed the fan here. It's just hanging from there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run an extension cord along there and then clip in. Then you won't see it. Then we won't need to have anything out like this, and I can do the exact same thing from the other side for Valero. And these are the only horses like coming in for the day, and then they're out at night. I mean, King's not fully out yet, but in the next week or so, he should be going out full time at night. And this is only really to get us through these really warm days. I'm gonna quickly poo pick. I will set his up later once I've got the extension cord. Look how nice and tidy stallions are. Isn't it lovely? This is just from them coming in this morning. It's now the afternoon, so we do a poo pick in the afternoon. They get clean in the morning, poo picked in the afternoon, poo picked at night, then they go out. And the whole stable gets done at night so that when they come in the morning, it's clean. But yeah, so we will set his one up as well, of course. We have, however, just, bit the bullet, and we've committed to installing like an auto dosing system. It's a biological product. It's not like a harsh pesticide. It's safe for birds. It's safe for all those kind of things. It just creates an unfavorable environment for flies to be in, because literally the horses are tormented from the moment they're in to the moment they go out. They just the whole time swatting flies, swatting flies, swatting flies. It's just not nice. Also for us, when we're like tacking up and getting ready and the horses are like tied up, all they want to do is like be unclipped so that they can reach around and swat flies away. So we're just gonna go ahead, bite the bullet, and get this product in, and it will just, there's a little bit of work that has to be done because they have to actually install the nozzles and the auto dosing system. But once it's in, it's only about refilling it every year and just letting it run. Especially for like, there's a time around like September, October, when we're starting to get some cold temperatures and all the flies and the bugs start to go lethargic, and then they're biting and they're slow and they're so annoying. I wanted to also bring you into the tack room. Let me just bring you in here, because as suspected, there's been some things going on here. I showed you guys that the sink arrived. Don't mind all the stuff. I've had to move all the stuff that was out of the tack room back into the tack room because I didn't want to get algae all over it and dust and all that kind of stuff. But as suspected, when the sink came, I was trying to be so optimistic about the sink, but they've made a mistake on the front and on some of the finishes. So everything needs to be like polished like this, like the top. So they need to rework some of this. So they're going to be taking the sink back. What is with this sink? What is with these sinks? The sink is going to be going back, and we're going to be getting that fixed and brought back. There's also like 2-3 cabinets that needed to be mended in terms of sizes. So we're like 2 to 3 weeks out from the final finishing touches coming in here. So now all we're doing is we haven't really filled anything at all. I've just brought back all of my things. So as you can see, saddles are here, bits and bobs, hardware, deliveries. I've got like a really exciting Equestrian Stockholm set to shoot soon. So yeah, it's not by any means finished, but we are slowly chipping away at it and getting there, even though we've had this slight delay. What can you do? That's just how it goes sometimes, isn't it? Good morning. We are starting off today with a new machine. If you guys know me by now, you will know that I'm always dying to get my hands on a new little gadget or thing that's going to be helping here with the management, maintenance, and ensuring that we can look after this place properly. And right behind me, something has just arrived that we're going to be unboxing and trialing for the very first time. We actually are in preparation mode a little bit because we have a family that used to own our property coming to visit us, but it's not just like the immediate family, it's kind of like the whole family. So there's going to be 15 people at our place on the weekend, and I want to ensure that everything is tidy and presentable because it's the first time a lot of them are going to be seeing everything that we've done and getting like a full tour of it all. Some of the family has been here quite often, but not the whole family. So hence why I bought this machine. I had kind of been waiting for something to like help me pull the trigger on this, but you guys will know I kind of unpacked the machine that we use now every single day to sweep all the floor here, and that's been doing great. It's like a sweeping / vacuuming machine. This, however, which you can't see the photo of, this machine is for actually washing the rubber. So it's got a really large brush. It's also like a machine that you kind of like push. It's got a really large brush with water and with a vacuum system that it brings the water back up. And that will really help us eliminate all of the bird poo stains from the horses, hoof marks, dirt. Since we installed this rubber, it has never been washed. I did do like a little sample the other day where I just scrubbed with like a broom and water to see how easily the owl poo specifically would come out. And to my surprise, it came out quite well and quite easily. However, it's completely not sustainable to do it by hand because you can't mop up the dirty water. The surface area here is really large. So we need something that maybe every 1 to 2 weeks we can just run up and down. This is an electric machine. We're gonna unbox it, see what it's like. But first I'm going to show you actually what I mean with the state of the floor right now. We'll take a couple before shots. This is what the rubber is looking like now, which if you see it as a whole, it's not terrible. But if I take you guys a little closer, this is what we're dealing with on the really bad spots where the owls have been having their wicked ways with this rubber. And it does build up over time. This side is really where it's concentrated. Right here, and then it gets better as we go that way, but you can see that there's hoof prints, dirt, all that kind of stuff. This is a stable, so I've kind of surrendered to the fact that the floor will not look perfect all the time. However, I would like this to be a little bit more neatened up and for us to be able to manage it better, especially in the winter when horses come in with like really muddy feet. Then I think this will be coming in really, really handy during that period too. This is a better illustration of what the machine itself looks like. I actually was able to buy it on sale because I was kind of holding off on it because it was a bit of a larger amount of money. However, we're going to test it out and see if it was actually worth it. If the brush can get everything off and if the vacuuming system can pick up the water also between these gaps in the brick design that we have. So we will see. First things first is we've got to unpack it and probably charge it too. Let's open her up. Oh, there's gonna be some assembly involved. That's unfortunate. It's my worst nightmare always, that I have to actually like put things together. Oh, it's mostly assembled actually. Okay, it's heavy. Okay, how do I lift? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to lift that. Oh. Well, that's easy then. we'll just do it like this. I did order soap with it. I need to see if they brought that or not. Bam. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. She turns on. Oh wow. Oh, that's gonna be cleaning. I've filled it with water. I called the company because they didn't deliver the soap with the machine. So that's really fun for me. So we're gonna just test it out with just water. And then today, I mean, I will get the delivery whenever that comes, but I think today I will go get some, because you need to have like non-soapy, bubbly soap in this, otherwise the machine can't handle it. So I will just go buy something from the local store. But this is charged, it's full of water. The 13-liter tank is full. I brought the hose here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go turn on the water and I'm gonna lightly wet this area. We're gonna like start with this worse area. We're just doing it with water today, so we're gonna see actually how much it can pick up and do. But I wanted to first like wet everything a little bit. So I'm just gonna turn this on. I'll be back in a sec to know what setting this is on. Oh yeah, that'll do. Okay, we're just gonna lightly wet the whole area so that the brush can slide a little bit easier and that the poo can start to soak, so it can start to melt it away. I'm actually very curious to see what kind of job this brush will do. Because if you look, the poo's already like melting away with just the water, so surely having a brush on it will help. So machine, let's see what you're made of. We're gonna turn it on. Brush on. Water and vacuum. Oh, it's doing it. Gosh, it's gonna take a little bit of practice. Oh my God, it's doing it, Caroline. Look. Maybe it's easier if I go like this also. I think it's definitely easier when
the shopping mall.
Yeah. I think it's definitely easier when the barn has already been made wet. Then it's better. But, I mean, one pass won't clean it enough, because of course we haven't cleaned this since it's been installed. But I think definitely...
It's also a bit small.
Are you calling my machine small?
No, but I mean, if you see the size of the brush.
Yeah, hello, yes, but do you know how expensive these things are?
No.
Well, they're not cheap. Wonder how this is gonna come out. I'm running it without soap right now, because the soap...
soapy then?
Well, because I had soap on the ground here a while back. I don't think this is gonna come out like beyond clean, but I think it's going to need...
This is not like how it is when things dry up and it looks 10 times worse. But I think maybe after a few times it will be okay.
Yeah, yeah, because it's got a lot to clean now.
Look here, you see it's getting dry.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to do it.
But some passes like here, it's quite clean, you see? Pretty happy with the results so far. I will say it's not the easiest machine to use. I definitely worked up a sweat. I did the whole barn kind of like twice, let's say, one time up and down and one time side to side. it's definitely easier if I don't fill the tanks in the machine and I just wet the floor, because the tanks being filled like pushes the machine further down and then it starts to struggle. But I think it looks pretty good. We're obviously gonna have to take a look when it's dried up fully. I don't think it will be like 100% how the rubber was, because it was only like, yeah, the first time we've done it in such a long time. So things are quite impregnated into it. However, I do feel like a lot of the bird poo was removed. The water, when I was emptying the water, the dirty water, it was black, pitch black. So yeah, we're gonna have to see. I think when I have the proper detergent in the machine, it will get rid of more of the staining. But this is the area where before was really bad, and you can see that it has done a nice job stripping everything. What I also can do in the future is like spot treat the areas first with like something a little bit more tough to really break it down and get rid of the staining, and then do a pass over it. But overall, I'm pretty impressed. We're gonna let this dry. That's why I've opened up the big doors. Everything can just aerate. We're gonna let it dry and we're gonna see what it looks like in a couple of minutes here. Shall we go take a look at how it's come out like? Because I haven't seen it either since it was wet. Let me have a look. Well, it's not bad. I would say it's not great either. Let me bring you back to where I was before when I gave you guys kind of the look at the floor. Then you guys can be the judge. So here you can see this is just a wheelbarrow that's come through. Typically you wouldn't have seen that as much, but there's some patches where it's quite clean. I think overall it's better, and definitely a lot of the bird poo stains have gone compared to what it was like before. I wouldn't say it's squeaky clean by any means of the imagination, but I do think we've taken off a lot of what was on top, and I think with like a proper degreasing detergent inside of there, we will be able to do better. I mean, here is where you can really see how far it's come from before to later. I couldn't get that close to the edge. So there you can see it was all like that, and now it's like this. So maybe with a couple more goes, it will improve. So I just gotta get the hang of it a little bit with the machine. I did notice that when I had the water container empty, the machine was sitting high, so it wasn't getting stuck. So that's probably like a good way to do it. But yeah, it's gonna take a little bit more practice to get this right. But overall, I'm not too terribly displeased. I think we just got to stay a little bit more consistent with it. I will do it again later on or tomorrow, and we will see a little bit what those results look like. But so far, it's not bad. I'm not too upset by that. Good afternoon. We're starting in the afternoon. Isn't that weird? I feel like I'm always saying good morning to you guys. And today we're starting in the afternoon because I had a busy morning doing a variety of different things. I have some good news to share. We brought Penny to the vet this early afternoon, and they've given her the all clear. She's not off the meds completely, but the cone is off. The ulcer seems to have gone, and she's on the mend. She's on the up. So that's fantastic news. We've canceled the surgery. That's no longer going ahead. So all of your well wishes and prayers have truly worked. It does feel like a bit of a miracle. The whole team at the vets was so sweet. They were so happy and excited for us. And Penny getting her cone off was very happy. I will show you her a little bit later. However, I'm bringing you guys back out to the garden of the house because we have a little project that's actually starting here today, which I'm very thrilled about. It's something that I've been thinking about ever since we bought the place, and I've kind of had to warm Yes up to the idea slowly because I fully understand why he at first was thinking, maybe we shouldn't do that. When we bought the place, the previous owners had dogs as well. So the whole garden is kind of fenced off by chain link fence. You can see it in the background here. Kind of goes down this way, and then it spans the whole front of the property right through here. And it being chain link, it means that it's quite difficult to maintain around the fence, like on our side and on the other side. I'm going to give you a little bit of a closer up look at the chain link fence. It is quite old. It's actually grown into the tree down here. I will show you. That's how long it's been here. You can see that it's kind of like grown into it a bit right there. So it's got to have been here at least for 5-10 years. But what this creates is two areas. So we have this is a small brook that is in front of our house. It is running water and it connects to a bigger river system down the ways. But for now, this is just a brook. It's quite low actually at the moment, but we are in summer. But it means that maintaining this whole area is very difficult because we have this fence that sits right here in front. And what happens is exactly this. We get this kind of like grass, weed and plantation buildup, and then it blocks our view out, and it also makes the maintenance on our side very difficult. So what we're going to be doing is all the fencing from that corner all the way in front is going to be removed. We're going to be trimming everything down here back. There's a lot of buildup as well on the ground here from when the brook gets cleaned. Everything gets, you'll see it right here, everything gets dumped from the contents of in there to here. So we kind of have to like even that out anyway. This will all be removed, and for now I said to him, how about we just try not putting a fence back? I said we have very good dogs. There's a whole brook in the way. I don't think the dogs are going to be jumping like 1.5 meters, 2 meters across. Our little piglets are not that athletic. So I said, I think this will actually be enough to stop them from leaving. Not that they're like trying to leave anyways. What we are going to do, however, in the corners where the brook finishes, is we're going to be extending the fence out to kind of like here, let's say, so that the dogs can't like go through. So it will still be secure. That is important that it is, but we will at least have a really, really clean view out onto the fields of the horses. I think it's going to make a really big difference in terms of, especially when you're up at the house and you're looking out. Also, please don't look at the lawn. It's currently, after the heat wave we've had, we have no irrigation on this, so it's very much struggling. We are going to be replacing the existing fencing at some point because it's battered, the gate's broken, it just needs it, but I haven't found something I like yet. I'm gonna place a couple of examples of what I would love to get. It's this estate, wrought iron estate fencing that is used a lot in the UK. I don't see it as much used here in the Netherlands. Hence, I have been really struggling to find a company who does this. However, we could always import all the materials from the UK and then find a team who can install it here. It's not that many meters we would have to do, but I would love to have this kind of look and formality brought to this space around here. There's also a lot of weeds. The more I'm looking around the garden, the more I'm thinking we're gonna have to handle these weeds. But I'm gonna give you also a little look from the other side of the brook up at the house so you can see the whole fence line. And then we have a guy who does a lot of good work for us in terms of property maintenance, coming in, removing all of the fencing and tidying everything up. So it should be extremely satisfying seeing this before and after. So here's one look from the other side. You'll see the brook running through the middle, and then you will see the fencing on that side with a little bit of, it's honestly just weeds that are growing there. It's like, it's a menagerie of different weeds. But to be able to have that clean and for the lawn just to continue will look incredible. It is quite a pretty feature to have this brook running along our property. It actually starts from the 2 fields we have in front of the neighbors and it goes all the way down here and out that way, and the current is always heading this way, which is, I think, east. Actually, you can see it's not very deep at the moment, but there are times where it's more towards like this height. I've seen some small fish in here, but not much else in terms of activity. There's the odd duck and so on that goes through here. But here you get to really see properly what we're dealing with in terms of just the weed growth, the fencing, all of that. It will actually make the garden, I think, feel a little bit bigger because this area is quite big. So I'm very, very much looking forward to this job happening. That's going to be the plan for this afternoon. So you guys are going to be getting to enjoy this before and after. Sometimes I ask myself, why did we not do something sooner? I'm looking outside and the difference that made, just clearing up the view, being able to see into the next lawn, it kind of almost looks like this lawn now floats into the other lawn. It's just open, it's airy, you feel so much more connected to the space of the horses, especially when the horses are like right at the front. I'm so happy with that transformation. And I mean, the question being, why did we not do it sooner, is because there's a billion other things to do. But that's kind of like the love and the joy for this place. It's that it's an ever-evolving space. This is what I'm looking at currently, and you can see that it's just an uninhibited view straight out onto the fields. There's no weeds, there's no anything. That's the only thing that was growing there, was weeds. So it looks much, much better out. But let me go and take you and give you a bit of a closer look from outside. We are in desperate need for some rain at the moment. As you can see, the lawn of the house is always the first one that suffers because it's higher up and it's all sand. So it doesn't really hold water very well, and these large trees suck every bit of moisture out of this section. So this is actually going to be a project, I think, for next year, that we're going to be putting irrigation into the lawn. That way we can keep it nice and healthy. When we do that, we will also be leveling the whole lawn, adding some soil, and then reseeding everything, and hopefully at that point also changing this remaining fence line there. I'm still on the hunt to find the right company to work with for that. So if you guys have any suggestions of places in the Netherlands or Germany that do that type of fencing, then let me know. But look at this. It's just uninhibited. You get to look out, you get to see everything. The horses are just currently, I don't know if you can see them, they're just in the distance in the corner there underneath the trees. That's their new favorite little hangout. But it just looks so good now. It just, one space flows into the other, and the management and the maintenance is gonna be easy, because you can see that there's some little weeds and stuff growing back, but that's something that the robot mower will take care of when I turn it on again. I've left it off because, well, what is there to cut? Because the lawn is just dead. But that's definitely something that will be managed quite easily. But I'm really, really happy with the results of this. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's vlog. It's always fun to bring you along the various different journeys that are going on around here. I'm trying my best to do 2 videos a week for you guys. Sometimes that's difficult and I'm only able to pop out 1, but there's always at least 1 video coming out a week. But I'm gonna try and play catch up. I've got so many things filmed that I'm gonna be starting to pump out for you guys. I had like a couple of days where I was feeling sick, so hence the delay and the lag in everything. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on the sink specifically. Just bear in mind, it's not the full finished picture, but you at least get a visual idea of where we're heading with all of that. And hopefully soon the tack room is going to be finished. I think we're like 2 weeks out from the final install of everything going in. So obviously, as always, I'm going to keep you updated through the next vlogs. And there's actually quite a lot going on behind the scenes that I'm going to be sharing with you guys soon on the whole horse front and stuff. So bear with me on that. I will be saying more on that in the coming videos. But for now, that's it. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Bye.